Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off our session today. Today, we'll be exploring traffic control devices. This is Unit 3 of our course. In this presentation, we'll cover the different types of traffic control devices, their importance, and how they help keep our roads safe. We'll also look at some key examples and best practices. So, let's get started and learn more about how these devices keep traffic organized and safe for everyone. Today, we're going to talk about traffic control devices, which are the various aids and tools used to manage how traffic moves on the road. These devices help control, regulate, and guide vehicles and pedestrians, making our roads safer and more efficient. When we think about these devices, it's important to understand that their primary purpose is to communicate important information clearly and effectively. The key requirements for traffic control devices are quite straightforward but essential. First, they need to grab attention. If drivers or pedestrians don't notice them, they can't serve their purpose. Second, they must convey a clear meaning. Everyone needs to understand what the device is telling them. Third, there should be enough time for response. People need a moment to process the information and react accordingly. And finally, these devices must respect all road users, ensuring fairness and safety for everyone involved. By understanding these core principles, we can appreciate how well-designed traffic control devices contribute to safer roads and smoother traffic flow. They are a vital part of traffic management, helping prevent accidents and guiding users effectively. This overall theme underscores the importance of thoughtful design and proper placement of these devices in our transportation systems. Traffic signs have been categorized into three main groups based on the Indian Motor Vehicles Act. First, we have the regulatory signs, which include prohibitory signs and mandatory signs. These are the signs that tell you what you must or must not do on the road. For example, a no-entry sign or a speed limit sign falls into this category. Next, we have the warning or danger signs. These signs alert drivers to potential hazards ahead, like sharp turns, steep slopes, or pedestrian crossings. They help you stay alert and prepared for what's coming up on the road. The third category is informatory signs. These are further divided into indication signs, which provide directions or guidance, advanced direction signs, which show you the way ahead, and place and route identification signs, which help you identify specific locations or routes. All these signs together form the traffic sign system, which is essential for maintaining safety and order on our roads. Understanding these categories helps drivers respond appropriately and follow the rules effectively, contributing to safer travel for everyone. Regulatory or mandatory signs are crucial because they inform us about specific laws, regulations, and prohibitions that we must follow on the road. These signs are not just suggestions, they are legal requirements. Ignoring or violating them can lead to legal consequences, which is why understanding their importance is key to safe driving. Now, within regulatory signs, there are two main types. Today, we'll focus on the first type, regulatory signs themselves. These signs help us know what actions are permitted and what actions are prohibited. Remember, they are designed to keep everyone safe and ensure smooth traffic flow. So, always pay attention to these signs. They're the rules you need to follow to stay within the law and drive responsibly. Now, let's take a closer look at regulatory signs, starting with prohibitory signs. These signs are crucial because they inform highway users about specific traffic laws and regulations that must be followed for safety and order on the roads. Essentially, they tell us what we are not allowed to do. There are several key types of prohibitory signs to be aware of. One major category relates to movement prohibition, which includes signs that restrict certain maneuvers like making right turns, overtaking other vehicles, or entering specific areas. For example, a no right turn sign clearly indicates that turning right at that junction isn't allowed. Another important type involves restrictions on waiting, such as no parking or no stopping signs, which are designed to keep traffic flowing smoothly and prevent congestion or dangerous situations. Then, we have speed limit signs and vehicle control signs, which specify maximum or minimum speeds or control the types of vehicles that can use certain roads. Finally, there are compulsory direction signs, which tell drivers which way they must go, such as turn left or turn right signs, to ensure proper traffic flow. Overall, these prohibitory signs play a vital role in maintaining safety and order on the roads by clearly indicating what behaviors are not permitted, helping us all to navigate more safely and efficiently. Let's take a closer look at regulatory signs. According to the IRC standards, prohibitory signs are designed to be highly recognizable and effective. These signs are circular in shape, which naturally draws attention and indicates a need to pay attention. They are white in color, providing a clear background that makes the symbols or messages stand out. The border of these signs is red, which universally signals warning or prohibition. The standard diameter for these signs is 600 millimeters, ensuring they are visible from a reasonable distance. These design features are crucial because they help drivers and pedestrians quickly understand what actions are prohibited, contributing to overall safety and order on the roads. Recognizing these key elements, shape, color, and size, helps us appreciate how regulatory signs play a vital role in enforcing rules and ensuring smooth traffic flow. Remember, these standards are part of a broader system of traffic regulation designed to keep everyone safe. Now, let's take a closer look at regulatory signs, specifically the mandatory signs. These signs are a key part of the regulatory system on the roads. They are designed to give clear, positive instructions to drivers, ensuring safety and smooth traffic flow. When you see a mandatory sign, it means you are required to do something specific. The most common examples are the stop sign and the give way sign. These are crucial because they tell us exactly what actions we must take to prevent accidents and keep traffic moving efficiently. Remember, these signs are not suggestions. They are rules that we all need to follow for everyone's safety. So, understanding and obeying mandatory signs is essential for responsible driving and for maintaining order on our roads. Let's talk about regulatory signs, starting with the stop sign. The IRC specifies that the stop sign is octagonal in shape and red in color, with a distinctive white border. The standard size for this sign is about 900 millimeters on each side, making it highly visible. You'll typically see this sign at intersections where there are specific conditions. For example, when a street is entering a through highway or street, or at an unsignalized intersection within a signalized area. The idea is to ensure drivers are aware of the need to stop and check for cross traffic before proceeding. However, it's important to remember where not to use the stop sign. It shouldn't be placed on through expressways, where maintaining a steady flow of traffic is essential, nor is it used for speed control purposes. Also, you won't find it at signalized intersections, where traffic lights are in operation to manage traffic flow. Overall, the stop sign plays a crucial role in ensuring safety at certain intersections by clearly indicating when drivers need to come to a complete stop, but it's all about using it appropriately based on the traffic conditions. Let's talk about regulatory signs, specifically the give way sign. This sign is essential for managing traffic flow and ensuring safety on the roads. It's used to control vehicles so that right-of-way is clearly assigned to traffic coming from other roads. According to the Indian Road Congress, the shape of the give way sign is a downward-pointing equilateral triangle, which is quite distinctive. It has a red border around a white background, making it easily recognizable from a distance. You'll typically see this sign in specific situations. For example, when approaching a minor road at an intersection, especially where you need to give way to traffic on a major road. It's also used at the entrance ramp to an expressway when there's no acceleration lane, so drivers know they need to yield to the main flow of traffic. However, it's important to remember where not to use the give way or yield sign. It's not meant for expressways, where high-speed flow needs different control measures. Nor should it be used to manage the main traffic flow at an intersection or when approaching multiple intersecting roads simultaneously. Understanding these key points helps us use the right signs in the right situations, contributing to safer and more efficient road management. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Warning or cautionary signs are essential tools on our roads, as they alert drivers and other road users to potential hazards that might not be immediately obvious. These signs are typically shaped like an equilateral triangle with the apex pointing upwards, which makes them easily recognizable and different from other types of signs. According to the Indian Roads Congress, or IRC, warning signs have a distinctive design: a white background, a red border, and black symbols or lettering inside. This color scheme helps them stand out clearly against various backgrounds and catches the attention of drivers. The side length of these triangular signs is standardized at 900 millimeters, ensuring consistency and visibility across different locations. Overall, these warning signs play a crucial role in road safety by providing advance notice of hazards, helping drivers take necessary precautions, and ultimately reducing accidents. They are a key part of the broader system of traffic control, connecting safety, visibility, and effective communication on our roads. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. These signs play a crucial role in guiding road users along their routes. They help inform us about our destinations and the distances involved, making travel not only easier, but also safer and more pleasant. When we talk about information signs, they can be categorized into several types. First, we have direction and place identification signs, which tell us where we are and where we're headed. These are essential for navigation, especially in unfamiliar areas. Then, there are facility information signs, which provide details about amenities or services available nearby, like rest stops, hospitals, or fuel stations. Next, we have other useful information signs that offer additional guidance or warnings that can enhance our safety and convenience on the road. Parking signs are also a key part of this system, helping us find designated parking areas and understand parking rules. Then there's the flood gauge, which is particularly important in flood-prone areas. It informs drivers about water levels and helps prevent accidents during heavy rains or floods. Finally, we have informatory signs, which serve to convey helpful information to road users, assisting in smooth and efficient travel. All these signs are integral to the overall theme of road safety and efficient travel. They work together to create a safer, more organized driving environment, ensuring that everyone can reach their destinations with ease. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's take a closer look at traffic signs, which are crucial for safe and efficient road use. First, we have informative signs. These signs provide important information to drivers, such as directions, distances, or nearby facilities. They help us make informed decisions while on the road. Next are cautionary signs. These are used to alert us to potential hazards or changes in road conditions ahead, like sharp turns or pedestrian crossings. Being aware of these helps us stay alert and prepared. Then, we have mandatory signs, which tell us exactly what we must do, such as stopping, yielding, or following a specific lane. These signs are essential for maintaining order and safety on the roads. Understanding these different types of traffic signs ties into our overall goal of safe driving. Recognizing and obeying them not only keeps us safe, but also ensures smooth traffic flow for everyone. So, always pay attention to these signs. They're there to guide and protect us all. Traffic signals are essential control devices that help manage the flow of traffic at intersections. They work by automatically alternating between red and green lights, which tell drivers when to stop and when to go. The main goal of these signals is to keep traffic moving smoothly and safely. To achieve this, traffic signals need to do a few key things. First, they must draw attention so drivers notice them easily. Second, they should give clear meaning, telling drivers exactly what action to take. And third, they need to allow enough time for drivers to respond safely. At the same time, it's important that they minimize wasted time, so no unnecessary delays occur. When designed well, traffic signals help improve safety, reduce congestion, and make intersections more efficient. This is a fundamental part of traffic management and safety, fitting into the bigger picture of effective transportation systems. Let's talk about the advantages of traffic signals. Properly designed traffic signals play a crucial role in managing traffic flow effectively. They help ensure that vehicles move in an orderly fashion, which significantly increases the capacity of intersections at grade level. This means smoother traffic movement and less congestion. Another key benefit is safety. Traffic signals help reduce certain types of accidents, especially right-angled collisions, which are quite dangerous. They also make it safer for pedestrians to cross roads at signalized intersections, giving them clear and protected crossing opportunities. Furthermore, these signals allow pedestrians to cross heavy traffic flows safely, which is essential in busy urban areas. They also provide controlled intervals for minor roads to cross the main stream of traffic, ensuring safety and efficiency for all road users. Lastly, automatic traffic signals can be more economical compared to manual control methods. They operate consistently and reliably, reducing the need for constant human intervention. In summary, traffic signals are vital for safety, efficiency, and improving overall traffic management, aligning perfectly with our goal of creating safer, more organized road environments. Let's talk about some of the disadvantages of traffic signals. One issue that can arise is an increase in rear-end collisions. When drivers stop suddenly at signals, it can sometimes lead to accidents if the following driver isn't paying enough attention. Another important point is that improper design or incorrect placement of signals can cause drivers to violate the control system, either by missing signals or misinterpreting them. This highlights the need for careful planning in signal installation. Lastly, signals can sometimes fail, whether due to power outages or technical defects. When that happens, confusion can occur among road users, which can disrupt the smooth flow of traffic and increase the risk of accidents. So, while traffic signals are essential, it's crucial to recognize these potential issues and work towards minimizing them. Now let's take a closer look at traffic signals. As you can see, there are different types of traffic signals that help manage traffic flow and ensure safety on the roads. First, we have the traffic control signals, which are the most common. These can be further classified into fixed-time signals, where the lights change after a set period, regardless of traffic conditions. Then there are manually operated signals, which are controlled by traffic police or operators to adapt to real-time traffic needs. Lastly, we have traffic-actuated or automatic signals, which use sensors to detect vehicle presence and adjust the signal timing accordingly. Moving on, we also have pedestrian signals, specifically designed to guide pedestrians safely across the roads. These signals typically show walking or stop signs, making it clear when it's safe to cross. Finally, there are special traffic signals, which are used in unique situations, such as for railway crossings, lane control, or other specific needs. Understanding these different types helps us appreciate how traffic management is tailored to various scenarios, ultimately contributing to safer and more efficient transportation systems, which ties into our overall theme of traffic safety and control. Let's talk about fixed-time signals, also known as pre-timed signals. These are designed to operate on a set cycle, where the red, amber, and green lights repeat at regular intervals. The key idea here is that the timing for each phase is predetermined, based on thorough traffic studies. This means that traffic engineers analyze traffic flow patterns and then set the cycle times accordingly. The benefit of this approach is that it provides predictability and consistency, which can help in managing traffic flow efficiently. It's important to remember that these signals are most effective in areas where traffic volumes are relatively stable, allowing the cycle to be optimized for the best movement. Overall, fixed-time signals are a fundamental component of traffic management, helping to coordinate vehicle movement and reduce congestion. This slide doesn't contain enough information. That's why we're moving to the next slide. Let's talk about traffic signals, specifically the manually operated signals. These are the signals that are controlled manually, usually by a traffic police officer. You might have seen them at busy intersections or during special events. The police can change the signals to manage traffic flow more effectively, especially when automated systems might not be enough. This type of signal gives the officer the flexibility to respond to real-time traffic conditions, making sure everything moves smoothly and safely. So, in the overall picture of traffic management, manually operated signals play a crucial role in maintaining order, especially in unpredictable or congested situations. Now let's take a closer look at traffic-actuated signals. These are signals that adjust their timing based on the actual traffic demand, making traffic flow more efficient. There are two main types: vehicle-actuated signals and semi-vehicle actuated signals. In fully actuated signals, detectors installed at intersections communicate with a computer system to determine which traffic movement needs priority. The system then assigns the right-of-way accordingly. This setup is quite sophisticated and ensures optimal traffic flow, but it's also more expensive to implement across all intersections. On the other hand, semi-vehicle actuated signals work a bit differently. They operate under normal green phases, but if detectors sense that there are approaching vehicles close by, the green phase can be extended temporarily. This allows a few more vehicles to clear the intersection without unnecessary delay. Both types of signals are designed to adapt to real-time traffic conditions, which helps reduce congestion and improve overall efficiency. However, the choice between them often depends on factors like cost, traffic volume, and the level of control needed. Now, let's talk about traffic-actuated signals. These are a smart system that adjusts signal timings based on real-time traffic conditions. Instead of fixed cycles, these signals detect the presence of vehicles using sensors, such as inductive loops or cameras. When a vehicle is detected, the signal can change to give that direction a green light, which helps reduce unnecessary waiting times. The key benefit here is efficiency. By responding to actual traffic flow, we can improve overall mobility and reduce congestion. This also contributes to safety, as smoother traffic flow means fewer sudden stops and potential accidents. Incorporating traffic-actuated signals is a crucial part of modern traffic management, aligning well with our overall goal of creating smarter, more responsive transportation systems. Let's talk about pedestrian signals, which are a crucial part of our traffic management system. These signals are designed to give pedestrians the right-of-way to cross the road safely. When the pedestrian signal shows the walk sign, it indicates that it's safe for pedestrians to cross. During this time, vehicular traffic is stopped by a red or stop signal on the traffic lights, ensuring a safe crossing environment. It's important to understand that these signals help coordinate the movement of pedestrians and vehicles, reducing accidents and making our roads safer for everyone. The key point here is that pedestrian signals are not just about crossing. They're about creating a safe and organized flow of both foot and vehicle traffic. In the broader context of traffic signals, they play a vital role in managing different road users efficiently and safely. So, always pay attention to these signals. They're there to protect you and others on the road. Let's take a closer look at pedestrian signals, which are an essential part of traffic management. These signals are specifically designed to give pedestrians the right-of-way to cross the road safely. When the pedestrian signal shows the walk indicator, it means it's safe for pedestrians to cross. During this time, vehicular traffic must come to a stop, which is indicated by the red or stop signal on the traffic lights. This coordination between vehicle and pedestrian signals is crucial for ensuring safety at crossings. Remember, understanding and obeying these signals helps prevent accidents and keeps everyone moving smoothly and safely. Pedestrians often cross one-way streets, but it's important to recognize that doing so can be very risky. Even though the street only flows in one direction, pedestrians might not always realize how fast the vehicles are coming or may assume it's safer than it actually is. This is a common behavior, but it can lead to serious accidents. The key point here is that crossing one-way streets without paying close attention can put pedestrians at significant danger. It's crucial for everyone, whether you're walking or driving, to stay alert and cautious. This ties into our overall theme of safety awareness on the road. No matter the situation, understanding the risks and staying vigilant can make a big difference in preventing accidents. So, always look both ways, even on streets that seem straightforward or less busy. Safety should always come first. Let's take a moment to consider how some traffic engineering and management practices can actually make our urban environments less friendly for pedestrians. When we talk about pedestrian-unfriendly traffic systems, we're referring to design choices that prioritize vehicles over people, which can lead to unsafe and uncomfortable walking conditions. For example, wide roads with fast-moving traffic, inadequate crosswalks, and long wait times at intersections can discourage walking and make it feel risky. These kinds of decisions often stem from a focus on vehicle throughput rather than human-centered design. It's important to understand that such traffic management approaches contribute to a cycle where pedestrians feel unsafe or discouraged, which in turn reduces walkability and impacts community health and social interactions. Connecting this to our overall theme, creating pedestrian-friendly environments isn't just about adding crosswalks or sidewalks. It's about rethinking traffic engineering to prioritize safety, comfort, and accessibility for everyone. We need to move toward more inclusive traffic management practices that encourage walking as a safe and appealing option. Today, I want to draw your attention to a situation that many of us encounter daily, an ongoing ordeal for pedestrians. Imagine walking through city streets or neighborhoods where the environment isn't always welcoming or safe for foot traffic. This slide highlights a neglected lot, an area that often becomes a symbol of urban neglect. These neglected spaces aren't just eyesores. They can create real hazards for pedestrians, making walking uncomfortable or even dangerous. This issue ties into our broader discussion about urban planning and community well-being. When we overlook these neglected areas, it affects the quality of life for residents and the safety of those moving through the city. Addressing these everyday challenges is crucial if we want our urban spaces to be inclusive, safe, and vibrant for everyone. Today, I want to talk about a concerning trend we've observed in urban development: the usurpation of footpaths for flyovers and road widening. Essentially, what this means is that the very pathways designed for pedestrians are being taken over to make space for infrastructure projects like flyovers or wider roads. This shift often happens in the name of easing traffic congestion or improving connectivity, but it comes with significant consequences. Footpaths are meant to ensure safe and accessible walking spaces for pedestrians, including children, the elderly, and differently abled individuals. When these are encroached upon or removed, it not only reduces safe pedestrian zones, but also discourages walking as a viable mode of transportation. Connecting this to our overall theme, it highlights the broader issue of how urban planning sometimes prioritizes vehicular movement over the needs of pedestrians and local communities. This imbalance can lead to reduced walkability, increased traffic, and a decline in the quality of urban life. So, while infrastructure expansion is important, we must consider sustainable and inclusive approaches that protect pedestrian spaces and promote safer, more walkable cities. Now, let's turn our attention to a slightly different but equally important point: encroachments by government agencies. The phrase, "charity begins at home," really underscores the idea that we need to start by examining what's happening within our own boundaries. When government agencies overstep or encroach on private spaces, it can create significant challenges. These encroachments might involve regulatory overreach, unnecessary restrictions, or misallocation of resources. It's crucial to recognize that, while government plays a vital role, there's a fine line between regulation and overreach. Understanding this helps us see that safeguarding our own interests and rights is essential before we can address external issues. This idea ties into the overall theme of balance, ensuring that government action supports growth and development without stifling individual or community initiatives. So, being aware of and managing these encroachments is part of the broader effort to maintain that healthy balance, starting right at home. Here we see a bus stop on a shrunken footpath. This image really highlights the challenges faced when infrastructure isn't scaled properly. You can imagine how inconvenient and even unsafe it is for pedestrians when the footpath is so narrow that it can't comfortably accommodate foot traffic, let alone a bus stop. It underscores the importance of designing our urban spaces with accessibility and safety in mind, ensuring that transportation hubs like bus stops are integrated smoothly into the pedestrian environment. This example ties back to our overall theme of creating more inclusive and functional urban infrastructure that meets the needs of everyone. Let's look at this slide, which presents a standing example for institutional discoordination. What we're seeing here is a clear illustration of how different institutions, even when they have overlapping or related responsibilities, can sometimes work at cross purposes. This discoordination can lead to inefficiencies, delays, or even conflicting actions that undermine the overall effectiveness of governance. It's important to recognize that this example is not just a one-off case. It highlights a broader challenge we face in many systems: how to ensure that institutions are aligned and working together smoothly. When coordination breaks down, it affects not only policy implementation, but also public trust and the ability to respond effectively to complex issues. Throughout this presentation, we've emphasized the importance of institutional coherence as a cornerstone of effective governance. This example underscores that without proper coordination mechanisms, even well-intentioned efforts can fall short. So, understanding and addressing these discoordination issues is critical as we consider reforms and strategies to strengthen our institutional frameworks. Now, let's take a closer look at roadside functional discoordination. This term refers to situations where different systems or components along the roadside are not working together effectively. It might seem like a small issue, but it can significantly impact safety and traffic flow. When the various elements, such as traffic signals, signage, communication systems, and even maintenance crews, are not properly coordinated, it can lead to confusion for drivers and increased risk of accidents. This discoordination can also cause delays, congestion, and even undermine public trust in our transportation infrastructure. Throughout this presentation, we've been emphasizing the importance of integrated, reliable systems, and addressing this discoordination is a key step toward achieving that goal. Ensuring all roadside functions work harmoniously is essential for creating a safer, more efficient transportation environment. Let's take a closer look at the disintegration of land use and transport. As we know, land use patterns and transportation systems are deeply interconnected, shaping how cities grow and function. When this relationship breaks down or becomes disjointed, it can lead to significant challenges. For example, urban sprawl often results in scattered development, making it harder to provide efficient public transit and increasing reliance on private vehicles. This, in turn, exacerbates traffic congestion and pollution. Moreover, the fragmentation of land use can hinder walkability and accessibility, impacting how people move within their communities. It can also lead to increased costs for infrastructure and services, which puts additional strain on city resources. Ultimately, maintaining a cohesive and integrated approach to land use and transportation is essential for creating sustainable, livable cities. When these systems disintegrate, the overall quality of urban life suffers, highlighting the importance of coordinated planning and policymaking. Let's take a closer look at the concept of land use and transport disintegration. Essentially, this refers to the growing disconnect between where we allocate land for different uses and how we move people and goods around. When land use and transport are not integrated, it often leads to increased reliance on private vehicles, longer travel times, and greater environmental impacts. This disintegration can contribute to urban sprawl, making cities less efficient and less sustainable. By understanding this disconnect, we can see how crucial it is to plan land use and transport together. When these elements are aligned, we create more walkable neighborhoods, improve public transport options, and reduce congestion. This integration is vital for building cities that are not only functional, but also environmentally friendly and livable. So, in the context of our overall theme, addressing the disintegration between land use and transport is a key step toward more sustainable and resilient urban development. It's about creating a balanced approach that serves both people and the planet. When we talk about blatant encroachment, we're really referring to those clear and often aggressive attempts to infringe upon boundaries that are supposed to be respected. It's the kind of overreach that leaves little room for doubt, where the line is crossed openly and intentionally. This is especially important in the context of our overall theme, which is about understanding how boundaries are tested and sometimes violated in various scenarios. Recognizing these blatant acts helps us better grasp the dynamics at play and the importance of holding firm to established limits. So, in essence, blatant encroachment is about those unmistakable breaches that demand our attention and response. When we talk about poor enforcement, it's important to ask ourselves, don't these individuals have the right to life? This question underscores a critical issue. Even if laws are in place to protect rights, if they're not properly enforced, those rights can be rendered meaningless. It's like having a rule book but no referees to ensure the game is fair. So, in this context, the failure to enforce laws effectively directly impacts the fundamental right to life. This ties back to our overall theme, highlighting how systemic issues like enforcement gaps undermine basic human rights and the need for accountability at every level. All right, let's talk about two-wheelers. The key point here is that they are designed specifically for only two humans. This might seem obvious, but it's important to emphasize because it highlights the limitations and the intended use of these vehicles. They're built for just two people, and that's what makes them efficient, lightweight, and agile. Trying to carry more than two people on a two-wheeler isn't safe or practical, and it can lead to accidents or damage to the vehicle. So, understanding this fundamental constraint helps us appreciate the design and safety considerations behind two-wheelers. This also ties into the broader theme of transportation safety and efficiency, using the right vehicle for the right purpose. Knowing that two-wheelers are meant for two people ensures we use them responsibly, keeping safety at the forefront. Now, let's talk about what happens when someone answers a call from Lord Yama. This is a pivotal moment in many spiritual traditions, symbolizing the encounter with judgment or the consequences of one's actions. When a soul responds to Yama's call, it signifies a recognition of the divine authority and the acknowledgement of karma. This interaction is not just about punishment, it's about understanding the life lived and the lessons to be learned. Answering Yama's call often prompts reflection on one's deeds, encouraging a deeper awareness of how actions influence the journey after death. It also highlights the importance of living a life aligned with dharma, or righteousness, to avoid unfavorable consequences. Throughout our presentation, we've been exploring themes of karma, dharma, and the cycle of rebirth. This moment with Yama ties those themes together, reminding us that our choices have profound implications, and that facing Yama is ultimately about accountability and spiritual growth. So, understanding this process helps us appreciate the significance of mindful living and the impact it has on our ultimate destiny. When we talk about enforcement, what we're really seeing is often a mockery of the process. It's supposed to be about upholding rules and ensuring compliance, but in many cases, it falls short. Instead of genuine action, what we get can look more like superficial gestures or token efforts that don't address the core issues. This undermines trust and weakens the overall system. You see, when enforcement becomes a mockery, it's not just about ignoring violations. It's about eroding the very principles of fairness and accountability we rely on. This can happen through inconsistent application, loopholes, or even deliberate neglect. And this ties directly into our larger theme, how systems meant to protect and regulate can sometimes be manipulated or undermined, which ultimately hampers progress and justice. Recognizing these flaws is the first step toward meaningful change. Let's talk about citizens' cooperation and participation. These are crucial elements when it comes to effective governance and community development. When citizens actively participate, they not only contribute their ideas and feedback, but also help shape policies that truly reflect their needs and priorities. This participation fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility, making initiatives more sustainable and impactful. Cooperation between citizens and authorities creates a collaborative environment where challenges can be addressed more efficiently. It's about building trust and open communication channels, encouraging everyone to be part of the solution. Remember, the overall success of any project or policy depends heavily on this active engagement. When citizens participate meaningfully, we see stronger communities and more resilient systems. So, promoting participation isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a fundamental part of effective governance and societal progress. When there are a series of signals on a city road at each intersection with a crossroad, the signal system can often be operated with just one controller. But the key idea here is that we want to make sure that vehicles moving along the main road at normal speeds don't have to stop unnecessarily at every signalized intersection. That would cause delays and frustration. So, to achieve that, proper coordination of the signal system becomes essential. What does that mean in practice? Well, it involves timing the signals so that a vehicle, once it gets the green or go signal, can continue through multiple intersections without stopping. This creates what we call a through band, a kind of green corridor that helps keep traffic flowing smoothly along the main road. Effective traffic signal coordination is really about managing flow, reducing congestion, and improving overall travel time. It's a crucial part of traffic management because it ensures that the signals work together, rather than independently, to facilitate continuous movement. So, in the bigger picture, coordinated signals help us create safer, more efficient urban traffic systems, making sure that the main roads serve their purpose of moving traffic efficiently, while still controlling cross-traffic appropriately. Let's talk about traffic signal coordination. The main idea here is that we need a system where traffic signals work together smoothly. The goal is to allow the maximum amount of traffic to pass through without unnecessary stops. This means designing signals so vehicles can keep moving without frequent enforced halts, improving overall traffic flow. We also want to minimize delays for all traffic streams, whether they're on the main roads or the side roads. Efficient coordination helps reduce waiting times and keeps traffic moving steadily. Another key point is preventing queues from building up at one intersection and then spilling over to the next. When queues extend too far, they can cause congestion downstream, so proper coordination helps keep the traffic flowing seamlessly from one intersection to another. All of this ties back to our broader goal of achieving smoother, safer, and more efficient transportation networks. Today, I'll be talking about traffic signal coordination, which is a crucial part of managing traffic flow efficiently. When we look at the types of signal systems, there are four main categories to consider. First, we have the simultaneous system, where all signals change at the same time to give vehicles a clear, uniform flow across intersections. Next is the alternate system, which allows signals to alternate between different directions, helping to reduce congestion in busy areas. Then there's the simple progressive system, where signals are timed to create a smooth, continuous movement along a corridor, making the commute more predictable. Finally, we have the flexible progressive system, which is more adaptable, adjusting timings based on real-time traffic conditions to optimize flow. Understanding these different systems helps us design smarter, more efficient traffic management strategies that can adapt to varying traffic patterns, ultimately improving road safety and reducing delays. In this slide, we're looking at the simultaneous system. Essentially, in this setup, all signals along a given road show the same indication, whether that's green, red, or any other signal, at the same time. Because the cycle divisions are synchronized across all intersections, this creates a uniform flow. However, this system isn't always the most effective. One key drawback is that the overall speed tends to be reduced, since vehicles have to wait for the signals to change simultaneously. It can also encourage drivers to speed up between stops, trying to make the most of the green signals, which isn't ideal for safety. And importantly, this setup doesn't support continuous movement for all vehicles at all times, which is often the goal in modern traffic management. So, while it might seem straightforward, the simultaneous system has notable limitations that can impact traffic flow and safety. In this slide, we're looking at the alternate system. Now, in this setup, the signals or groups of signals show opposite indications at the same time for a given route. It's still operated by a single controller, but the key difference is that we reverse the red and green indicator connections at successive signal systems. This means that when one direction gets a green, the opposite direction gets a red, and then they switch. This system is generally considered to be more satisfactory than the simultaneous system because it allows for better control of traffic flow, reducing conflicts and improving safety. However, there are some notable disadvantages. For example, the green time for both the main and side streets has to be kept roughly equal. This can lead to inefficiency because it doesn't allow for flexible adjustments depending on actual traffic volume. Additionally, making adjustments to this system can be quite challenging, especially as traffic conditions change. It requires careful recalibration, which isn't always straightforward. So, while the alternate system offers some advantages, especially in safety, its limitations in efficiency and adaptability are important to consider when designing traffic control systems. Now, let's take a look at how the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai have evolved over time. On this slide, we see a comparison between the before and after scenarios, highlighting the significant changes brought about by their efforts. The key point here is to understand the transformation that has taken place, how strategic initiatives have improved services, infrastructure, and overall urban management. This progress is a testament to the corporation's commitment to urban development and better living conditions. It also helps us see the tangible results of their policies and projects, reinforcing the overall theme of sustainable growth and civic responsibility. Essentially, this comparison underscores the positive impact of proactive governance on the city's development trajectory. Let's take a closer look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai and see how they have evolved over time. On this slide, we compare the situation before and after the implementation of these initiatives. Before, many of the city's systems and services faced significant challenges, be it in infrastructure, public service delivery, or governance. These issues often led to inefficiencies and a lower quality of life for residents. Now, after the initiatives were put into place, we can see a marked improvement. The city has become more responsive, more efficient, and better equipped to meet the needs of its citizens. This transformation highlights the power of strategic planning and dedicated efforts. It's a clear demonstration of how focused initiatives can drive meaningful change, aligning perfectly with our overall theme of sustainable urban development. The key takeaway here is that continuous improvement and innovation are essential for creating a resilient and thriving city. Let's take a closer look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai and see how they've evolved over time. Before, the focus was primarily on basic infrastructure and limited service delivery, which often led to challenges in managing the city efficiently. However, after implementing these new initiatives, we've seen significant improvements. The corporation has adopted a more proactive approach, leveraging technology and innovative solutions to enhance urban management. This shift has not only improved service quality, but also increased transparency and citizen engagement. Ultimately, these efforts align perfectly with our overall goal of creating a smarter, more sustainable Chennai. It's a clear example of how strategic initiatives can transform urban governance and improve the lives of residents. Let's take a look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai and see how they have evolved over time. Before, the focus was primarily on basic urban services and infrastructure. There was a lot of room for improvement in areas like sanitation, water supply, and waste management. The efforts were more reactive, addressing issues as they arose without a comprehensive strategy. Now, after these initiatives were implemented, we see a significant transformation. The corporation has adopted more proactive and sustainable approaches. There's been a focus on smart city principles, improving connectivity, and enhancing citizen engagement. These changes have led to better quality of life for residents, with cleaner streets, more reliable water and power supply, and smarter waste disposal systems. Highlighting these points is important because it shows how strategic planning and innovative solutions can truly make a difference in urban governance. It aligns with our overall theme of progress and modernization, demonstrating how targeted initiatives can lead to a more efficient and citizen-friendly city. Let's take a closer look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai, comparing what has been achieved so far with our future plans. Currently, the focus has been on implementing projects that improve urban infrastructure, enhance public services, and promote sustainable development. These initiatives are laying a strong foundation for a more efficient and livable city. Looking ahead, our future initiatives aim to build on this progress by integrating smarter technology solutions, expanding green spaces, and further streamlining governance processes. The goal is to make Chennai not just a growing city, but a city that truly excels in quality of life, environmental sustainability, and innovation. This ongoing journey reflects our commitment to continuous improvement and adapting to the changing needs of our citizens. Let's take a look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai, comparing the present with the future. Currently, the focus has been on addressing immediate urban challenges, such as improving basic infrastructure, expanding sanitation, and enhancing public transportation. These efforts are crucial for creating a solid foundation for the city's growth. Looking ahead to the future, the initiatives are set to become more innovative and sustainable. We're talking about integrating smart technologies, promoting green energy, and implementing smarter waste management systems. The goal is to make Chennai not just a growing city, but a smart, eco-friendly, and resilient one. What's important here is how these initiatives align with our overall vision of a sustainable and livable Chennai. The transition from present efforts to future innovations highlights our commitment to continuous improvement and adaptability. It's about building a city that meets the needs of its residents today while preparing for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, let's take a look at the initiatives of the Corporation of Chennai, comparing what has been achieved present day with our future plans. Currently, the focus has been on improving infrastructure, enhancing public services, and implementing sustainable practices. These efforts are aimed at making the city more livable and resilient. Looking forward, the vision is to expand these initiatives further, incorporating smarter technology, greater citizen engagement, and more innovative solutions to address the evolving needs of our city. This ongoing journey highlights our commitment to continuous improvement and aligns with the broader theme of sustainable urban development. Today, I want to talk about a fascinating aspect of our technological advancements, the concept of an eye in the sky. This phrase really captures the essence of how we're leveraging aerial technology for various applications. Essentially, it refers to the use of drones, satellites, and other aerial surveillance tools to monitor, analyze, and respond to different situations from above. The key point here is that this technology provides a bird's-eye view, offering us insights that are often impossible to gather from the ground. Whether it's for environmental monitoring, disaster management, or even security, these aerial systems give us real-time data and a broader perspective. What makes this particularly exciting is how it connects to our overall theme of innovation and smarter decision-making. By incorporating these eyes in the sky, we're enhancing our ability to make informed choices quickly and efficiently. It's a powerful example of how technology is transforming the way we see and interact with the world around us. Traffic education is really about catching them young and teaching them early. The idea is to introduce traffic safety concepts to children at a young age, so they grow up with good habits and awareness. This proactive approach helps in shaping responsible road users from the start. Teaching children about traffic rules, signals, and safe crossing practices lays a strong foundation for their future behavior on the roads. It's essential because today's young learners will become tomorrow's drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. By integrating traffic education into school programs and community activities, we ensure that safety becomes a natural part of their daily lives. Ultimately, this aligns with our overall goal of reducing accidents and creating a safer environment for everyone. Let's take a closer look at some of the key traffic aids that help us maintain safety and order on the roads. First, we have road delineators, which are those vertical posts or markers that guide drivers through construction zones or lane changes. They're essential for creating clear boundaries and preventing accidents. Next are safety barriers, which are sturdy structures designed to absorb impact and protect both vehicles and pedestrians. Barricades and channelizers come into play when we need to redirect traffic or temporarily block off certain areas. Think of them as flexible tools for managing street flow during events or construction. Railings are another crucial element. They provide safety along walkways and bridges, preventing falls and guiding pedestrians safely. Traffic signs are the backbone of road communication, conveying vital information about rules, warnings, or directions. When we talk about overall traffic signs, we're referring to the entire system that helps regulate and inform road users comprehensively. Traffic signal posts support those essential traffic lights, ensuring they're visible at intersections. Traffic impact attenuators are specialized devices that absorb the energy of a collision, often used in high-impact zones to minimize damage. Traffic aid posts are smaller markers or posts that assist in guiding drivers, especially in complex or construction zones. Hazard markers and object markers are critical for alerting drivers to potential dangers or obstacles on the road, such as damaged pavement or parked vehicles. Finally, under the broader category of traffic control aids and street furniture, all these elements work together to create a safer, more organized driving environment. By integrating these aids effectively, we enhance road safety, improve traffic flow, and support the overall goal of a well-managed transportation system. Let's take a closer look at traffic control aids and street furniture, which play a crucial role in making our urban spaces more functional and aesthetically pleasing. First, we have road beautification elements like tree guards and planters. These not only enhance the visual appeal of the streets, but also protect the trees and add greenery to our environment. Moving on to facilities, we find essential amenities such as bus stands and taxi stands, which facilitate smooth public transportation and help manage traffic flow effectively. Roadside toilets and rest areas are also important. They provide comfort and convenience for travelers and commuters. Lastly, information providers like roadside advertisements serve a dual purpose. They offer necessary information and also contribute to the vibrancy of the street scene. All these elements work together to create a more organized, attractive, and user-friendly urban environment, aligning perfectly with our overall goal of city beautification and efficient traffic management. Road delineators are designed to serve as visual aids for drivers, helping them understand the road's alignment, especially during nighttime driving. They play a crucial role in guiding drivers safely along the correct path when visibility is limited. These delineators become particularly effective in areas where the horizontal and vertical geometry of the road changes, such as sharp curves or steep grades. Additionally, they are invaluable during severe weather conditions like rain, fog, and snow, when normal visibility is significantly reduced. You want drivers to be able to see the road layout clearly, and these delineators help achieve that. Now, regarding their shape and dimensions, they are usually guided posts made from materials like metal, concrete, timber, or cut stone. They come in different cross-sections, circular, rectangular, or triangular, depending on their specific application and design considerations. In essence, roadway delineators are an important safety feature that enhances visibility and road guidance under various conditions, contributing to safer driving experiences for everyone. Let's talk about roadway delineators. These are the devices we see along the edges and center lines of roads, and their main purpose is to improve safety. They help drivers clearly see the boundaries of the roadway, especially in poor weather or low visibility conditions. The most common types are reflectors and flexible posts, which are designed to catch the headlights and guide us through curves or around obstacles. Delineators are particularly important on rural roads, sharp turns, or areas with frequent changes in the road layout. They serve as visual cues that can prevent accidents by alerting drivers to stay within their lanes or to be aware of upcoming hazards. Connecting this to the overall theme of safe roadway design, delineators are simple yet effective tools. They enhance visibility and provide continuous guidance, making our roads safer for everyone. Remember, the key is to ensure they are properly placed and maintained so they can do their job effectively. Let's talk about roadway delineators. These are the vertical, reflective devices you often see along the edges of roads or in the center of lanes. Their main purpose is to improve visibility, especially at night or during adverse weather conditions. They serve as a visual guide for drivers, helping to define the roadway boundaries clearly and prevent accidental lane departure. Delineators are crucial for safety because they alert drivers to upcoming curves, lane shifts, or other changes in the roadway layout. Unlike painted lines, delineators are more visible in poor visibility conditions, which makes them an essential part of effective traffic management. In the context of overall roadway safety, they act as a continuous visual cue that supports driver awareness and decision-making. So, incorporating roadway delineators into your traffic control plan can significantly reduce crashes and enhance safety for everyone on the road. Let's take a closer look at hazard markers. Their primary purpose is to clearly define obstructions on the road, helping drivers recognize potential hazards well in advance. You'll typically see these markers used around guardrails and abutments that are adjacent to the carriageway. This helps ensure that drivers are aware of these structures, especially in low visibility conditions or at night. When it comes to their shape and dimension, it's important to refer to the specific diagram provided. The design is standardized to make sure they are easily recognizable and consistent across different locations. Remember, the key function here is safety, making sure that any obstruction is visible enough to prevent accidents. In summary, hazard markers are simple but essential tools in road safety, designed to alert drivers to obstructions and guide them safely along the roadway. Let's take a closer look at hazard markers. These are essential visual tools used to alert us to potential dangers in the work environment. They come in various forms, such as signs, placards, and labels, all designed to catch our attention quickly. The key point here is that hazard markers are meant to communicate risks clearly and effectively, helping us recognize hazards before we encounter them. Most importantly, these markers are standardized, meaning that no matter where you are, a specific color, symbol, or shape will convey the same warning. For example, a red sign might indicate danger or a fire hazard, while a yellow sign typically warns of caution. Recognizing and understanding these markers is crucial because they serve as our first line of defense in maintaining safety. Connecting this to the overall theme of safety management, hazard markers are a fundamental part of our hazard recognition system. They help us identify risks quickly, allowing us to take appropriate precautions. Remember, staying alert to these markers and understanding their meanings can prevent accidents and save lives. Let's take a look at hazard markers. These are essential visual signals used to warn us about potential dangers in various environments. The key point here is that hazard markers are designed to catch our attention quickly and clearly, helping us recognize hazards before we encounter them directly. They come in different shapes, colors, and symbols, each tailored to indicate specific risks. For example, a bright red or orange marker might signal fire or explosion hazards, while reflective surfaces can enhance visibility in low-light conditions. Recognizing these markers is crucial because they serve as an immediate alert, guiding us to take appropriate precautions. Throughout this presentation, we've emphasized the importance of awareness and proactive safety measures, and hazard markers are a vital part of that. They not only protect individuals, but also contribute to overall safety management by clearly communicating hazards. Remember, understanding and respecting these markers can make a significant difference in preventing accidents and ensuring a safe environment for everyone. Object markers are essential tools used to indicate hazards and obstructions within the vehicle path. You'll often see them placed in specific areas to alert drivers and prevent accidents. For example, they are used at traffic islands when approaching an intersection, helping drivers notice the island and navigate safely. They're also placed around the periphery of rotary islands to guide vehicle movement smoothly. Additionally, object markers are used at median openings, so drivers can clearly see where the median ends and the road continues. On the far side of intersections, especially on medians or islands, they help prevent vehicles from colliding with obstacles or running off the road. You'll also find them on the far side of T-junctions and street dead ends, providing clear visual cues about the hazard or obstruction ahead. The shape and dimension of these markers are detailed in the diagram, and it's important to understand their design for effective placement. Overall, object markers are a simple yet vital safety feature that enhances road safety by clearly indicating potential hazards, especially in complex or high-risk areas. Let's take a closer look at the object marker. This is a crucial concept because it helps us identify and understand specific points within a larger framework. When we talk about object markers, we're referring to the signals or cues that indicate the presence of an object, whether that's in language, data, or physical environments. These markers are essential because they guide us in accurately interpreting information and making connections. In the context of our overall theme, recognizing object markers enables more precise analysis and better decision-making. They serve as signposts, helping us navigate complex systems and ensuring we don't miss key details. So, understanding how to identify and utilize these markers is fundamental to our success in this area. Let's talk about speed breakers, also known as speed control humps. These are used primarily to control the speed of vehicles, especially in areas where safety is a concern. You'll typically find them on private access roads or near schools and universities, where reduced vehicle speed is crucial to protect pedestrians and students. When it comes to their shape and dimensions, it's important to note that the Indian Roads Congress does not recommend specific designs. Instead, the key is visibility. Speed breakers should be painted in white to make them clearly visible, especially at night. Proper lighting and reflective paint help alert drivers from a distance, reducing the risk of accidents. Additionally, appropriate road signs should be posted to warn drivers about upcoming speed breakers. This ensures that drivers slow down in advance, maintaining safety and smooth traffic flow. Remember, the main goal of these speed control devices is to enhance safety in sensitive areas, and proper visibility along with clear signage plays a vital role in their effectiveness. Let's take a moment to talk about speed breakers. These are the physical devices placed on roads to slow down traffic and improve safety. They play a crucial role in managing vehicle speeds, especially in areas where pedestrians are present or near schools and residential zones. The key point here is that while they are simple structures, their impact on road safety can be significant. Speed breakers help enforce speed limits naturally, encouraging drivers to maintain safer speeds without the need for constant policing. However, it's important to note that their design and placement need to be carefully considered to avoid causing discomfort or damage to vehicles. In the context of overall road safety, speed breakers are a practical measure that complements other traffic management strategies. When used appropriately, they can reduce accidents and save lives. So, understanding their proper application and impact is essential as we look at comprehensive traffic safety solutions. Let's talk about speed breakers. These are those often overlooked but very important tools on our roads. They serve a crucial purpose in managing vehicle speed, especially in areas where safety is a concern. You see, the primary goal of speed breakers is to slow down traffic to prevent accidents and protect pedestrians. They are usually placed near schools, hospitals, or busy intersections where high speeds could be dangerous. It's important to understand that while they are effective, they also need to be designed carefully. Poorly designed speed breakers can cause discomfort or even damage to vehicles, which is why their height, length, and placement are critical factors. When used correctly, they help maintain a safe flow of traffic and reduce the risk of collisions. In the context of overall traffic management, speed breakers are just one part of a broader strategy that includes signage, road design, and enforcement. The key takeaway here is that they are a simple yet powerful tool to enhance road safety when integrated thoughtfully into the infrastructure. Today, I want to talk about rumble strips and their role in road safety. While speed breakers are commonly used, they can sometimes be hazardous despite careful design and construction. Some agencies actually prefer not to encourage speed breakers at all. Instead, they use rumble strips, which are essentially corrugated surfaces placed along the road. These strips produce noise and a physical sensation when a vehicle passes over them, which helps alert the driver without causing abrupt jolts. The main purpose of rumble strips is to reduce vehicle speed, especially in critical zones, and to alert drivers to stay attentive. Typically, you'll find about 5 to 10 rumble strips installed at intervals of roughly 100 meters. This spacing ensures a continuous alert without overwhelming the driver. So, in essence, rumble strips are an effective tool to enhance safety by encouraging cautious driving through sensory cues, making roads safer for everyone. Let's talk about rumble strips now. Rumble strips are those textured or grooved patterns placed on the edges or center of the roadway. Their main purpose is to alert drivers through sound and vibration when they unintentionally drift out of their lane. This is especially important in preventing run-off-road crashes or head-on collisions. You'll often see them on highways and busy roads, and they serve as an effective reminder for drivers to stay alert and within their lane boundaries. The key point here is their role in enhancing safety by providing both a tactile and auditory warning. Connecting this to our overall theme, rumble strips are a simple yet impactful safety feature. They support driver awareness and help reduce accidents, especially during nighttime or in poor weather conditions when visibility might be limited. So, incorporating rumble strips into roadway design is a proactive step towards safer driving environments. Let's talk about rumble strips now. These are those textured lines or grooves placed along the roadway, usually on the shoulder or center line. Their main purpose is to alert drivers when they unintentionally drift out of their lane. When you drive over them, you can feel the vibration and hear a noise, which acts as a warning. This is especially helpful in preventing accidents caused by distracted or drowsy driving. Rumble strips are a simple yet effective safety feature that enhances roadway safety without requiring major infrastructure changes. They connect to the overall theme of roadway safety improvements, emphasizing proactive measures to keep drivers alert and on track. By integrating rumble strips into our road design, we help reduce run-off-road crashes and promote safer driving behaviors. So they might seem small, but their impact on safety can be quite significant. Today, I want to talk about the purpose of guardrails. Essentially, they serve as safety barriers that guide pedestrians along designated paths and prevent them from spilling into the carriageway, which could be dangerous. These rails are crucial in maintaining order and safety in busy or complex pedestrian areas. Now, let's look at where these guardrails are typically used. You'll find them in subway stations, where they help manage the flow of people and keep everyone safe. They are also common on footbridges, providing a secure edge for pedestrians crossing over roads or other hazards. Additionally, surface crossings, like at level crossings or pedestrian crossings on the street, also utilize guardrails to keep pedestrians within safe zones. Regarding their shape and dimensions, I encourage you to refer to the diagram on the slide, as it provides specific details. The design is tailored to ensure the rails are effective in guiding pedestrians without obstructing visibility or movement. Overall, guardrails play a vital role in pedestrian safety by guiding movement and preventing accidents, especially in high-traffic or complex crossing scenarios. They are an essential component of safe design in our transportation environments. Let's talk about guardrails. These are essentially the boundaries we set to keep our projects on track and prevent us from veering off course. Think of them as safety features that guide decision-making and actions along the way. They help ensure that while we're aiming for innovation and progress, we don't compromise on key objectives or quality standards. Highlighting the most important concept here, guardrails are about maintaining control and discipline within the project. They connect directly to our overall theme of effective management and risk mitigation. By establishing clear guardrails, we can navigate complex situations more confidently, knowing there are defined limits to guide us. So always remember, having solid guardrails is crucial for keeping our projects aligned with our goals and ensuring success. Guardrails. So when we talk about guardrails in the context of our project or process, we're really referring to the safety measures and boundaries we set to keep everything on track. These are the guidelines that help prevent us from veering off course or making costly mistakes. Think of them as the safety barriers on a road. They don't just prevent accidents, but also help us stay focused on our destination. Highlighting this is important because no matter how skilled or committed we are, without proper guardrails, small errors can escalate quickly. They ensure consistency, quality, and safety across the board. In essence, guardrails are about establishing clear limits and protocols that guide our behavior and decision-making. And as part of the overall theme of risk management and process improvement, they serve as our first line of defense. By adhering to these guardrails, we're not just protecting the project, but also ensuring we meet our objectives efficiently and safely. Let's talk about safety barriers for motor traffic. Their main purpose is to prevent vehicles from accidentally leaving the highway, which can be critical in avoiding accidents and ensuring safety. You'll find that these barriers are especially important in areas like approaching a bridge or where there's a high embankment nearby. In these situations, the risk of a vehicle veering off course is higher, so the barriers serve as a crucial line of defense. Regarding their shape and dimensions, I recommend referring to the diagram provided. It offers a clear visual of the specific design features and sizes that are most effective. Overall, safety barriers are a vital component of highway safety design, helping to protect both drivers and pedestrians by containing vehicles within the roadway and minimizing potential hazards. Let's now turn our attention to safety barriers. These are a crucial component in managing risks effectively. Safety barriers act as the first line of defense, designed to contain, redirect, or stop hazards before they reach people, equipment, or the environment. They come in various forms, such as physical barriers like guardrails and safety fences, or operational barriers like safety protocols and procedures. The key point here is that safety barriers are about preventing incidents before they happen, rather than just reacting to them. When properly implemented and maintained, they significantly reduce the potential severity of accidents. This connects directly to our overall theme of risk management, emphasizing proactive measures. Remember, the goal is always to create a safer environment by anticipating hazards and installing effective barriers to mitigate those risks. Today, I'll be talking about barricades and channelizers. Their main purpose is essential for controlling and diverting traffic, especially in construction zones and during temporary diversions. They help ensure safety by guiding vehicles smoothly around work areas. Their primary use is to channelize traffic during peak hours, making sure vehicles move in an organized manner. You'll often see them arranged in a zigzag pattern to reduce vehicle speed, which adds an extra layer of safety in busy or confusing areas. When it comes to shape and dimensions, these barricades are usually made from lightweight materials like plastic or light metal. This makes them easy to move around as needed. Sometimes, they're even fitted with wheels, which further simplifies their repositioning, especially in dynamic work zones. In summary, barricades and channelizers are crucial tools in traffic management. They help direct flow, control speed, and enhance safety, all while being designed for easy handling and flexibility during various construction and diversion scenarios. Let's take a closer look at barricades and channelizers, which are essential safety tools on construction sites and roadworks. These devices serve multiple purposes, primarily to protect both workers and the public. Barricades are typically used to block off areas that are hazardous or restricted, creating a clear physical boundary. They help prevent unauthorized access and keep people away from danger zones. Channelizers, on the other hand, are designed to guide traffic or pedestrians safely around work zones. They can be cones, drums, or other movable devices that direct flow and alert users to changes in the usual pathway. The most important concept here is visibility. Both barricades and channelizers need to be highly visible, especially at night or in adverse weather conditions. Reflective surfaces or bright colors are commonly used to ensure they catch attention. Another key point is proper placement. These devices should be positioned in a way that clearly communicates the intended message, whether to stop, caution, or divert, so that everyone understands the safe route or boundary. Connecting this to the overall theme of safety management, effective use of barricades and channelizers minimizes risks, helps prevent accidents, and maintains a smooth flow of both traffic and workers. They're simple tools, but when used correctly, they make a significant difference in maintaining safety and order on site. Let's talk about traffic attenuators and their purpose. Essentially, they are designed to absorb the energy when a vehicle goes out of control and impacts something. This helps to reduce the severity of accidents and protect both drivers and passengers. You'll usually find these attenuators placed in the gore area of interchange ramps, where they can effectively serve their purpose. Now, regarding their shape and dimensions, I encourage you to refer to the diagram on the slide, as it provides a clear visual of their design. Overall, traffic attenuators play a crucial role in roadway safety by managing impact energy and helping prevent more serious accidents. Let's wrap up with a quick look at traffic attenuators. These are essential tools in traffic management, especially when it comes to controlling vehicle speeds in sensitive areas. They work by reducing the impact force when a vehicle hits them, which helps to improve safety for both drivers and pedestrians. Traffic attenuators can be made from different materials and designed in various ways, but their main goal is to absorb energy and minimize damage. They are often used in work zones, bridge approaches, or areas with high pedestrian activity to encourage drivers to slow down. Overall, traffic attenuators play a crucial role in creating safer road environments. They connect to the bigger picture of traffic safety strategies that aim to reduce accidents and protect everyone on the road. Remember, implementing these devices thoughtfully can make a significant difference in accident prevention and safety enhancement.